Welcome to the Let's Talk More Monkey podcast from Archie McPhee. I'm David Wall, the director of Awesome, and today I'll be joined by Shauna Danger, the high priestess of rubber chickens, and Scott Heff, the creator of Kitsch, to talk about finger hands, the tiny hands for the tips of your fingers. So then your fingers become tiny arms on the end of a hand. Well, if you don't understand what we're talking about, you will soon. They're a little weird. In any case, here we go. Finger hands. One of the most popular products that Archie McPhee has ever done. And it is your hand, Heff.
Who, me?
Yes. You.
So I'm here with Heff and Shauna.
Yep.
Hello.
Hi.
And Heff, your hand is the model for the finger hand.
That's right.
And
Would you like me to tell you about it?
Well, actually, I actually honestly don't know the way it came to be your hand. Because didn't this have to do with that statement we always say? Send a picture of a hand.
Well,
send a picture of a hand to the factory.
we were doing a finger puppet,
Yes.
and I remembered just something my friend had torn out of a magazine that had a hand, and then each finger had a hand that was like doing something different.
Uh-huh.
And so I think I said, let's do like little hands, and I mocked it up. So when I mocked it up, no, I think I took a photo of my hand and then like photoshopped, just like shrunk it and then photoshopped a little version of my hand on each finger on my hand.
Okay, this is sounding familiar now.
Yes.
I couldn't remember that part.
So then when we were like, let's actually do this, I probably took a better photo of my hand, but then just did the same thing. Where I just photoshopped it, inspected it, and said like we want it to be 1.5 inches or whatever, and make it look like this. But we were pretty emphatic with them, like we want the hand to be this hand, like we want the lines, we want the fingerprints to be the hand that we sent you.
Yep.
And I also remember some discussion about how we looked at other people's hands and decided that your hand was probably an appropriately proportioned hand.
Well, I have nice hands. I mean, a little pudgy, some other people in this company would say, but they're not overly masculine, I would say. They're, it's a man's hand, but they're not like a rough masculine hand. So they're a nice neutral, some might say androgynous, I don't know. They're a nice neutral hand. It's just a good, prototypical hand.
Yeah.
I would say, not to brag. I'm not trying to claim I'm George Costanza or anything, but it's a nice hand. It's all right.
It is a nice hand. You have nice hands. And we always say, now you've got Heff's little tiny hands and you can commit tiny crimes with it and you'll get blamed.
And they do commit tiny crimes. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't like some of those crimes.
They're doing lots of drugs.
We've all seen on Instagram, the finger hand movement was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you reacting to pictures of people spanking other people with the little tiny hands.
Yeah, or covering certain parts of their body, just the only. So my hands were out there, I'm a family man.
Well,
I can't be involved with this kind of stuff, I've got 3 kids.
I remember one woman called and said, how much would it cost to get enough finger hands to fill a bathtub? Because I would like to take a picture of myself taking a bath in hands. And I remember telling you that and you being like, oh.
Plus it's a rookie mistake. You got to fill it with like empty boxes and then just put the top layer of hands on. Come on. We've all been there.
Yeah.
I know that's what I do when I take my bathtub pictures with props. But it's crazy that it is your tiny little hand.
It's fun.
Well, the thing too about it is that, remember, we had no idea that it was going to be very popular. And we had the mold made of your beautiful hand. And it was a right hand mold.
Right.
And so we got in thousands of right hands. And then, of course, people wanted left hands.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is before we sent it to get made, I had a moment of like, is this even going to be like, is this just too generic? It's just a hand. Like is it just not going to be a non-thing? And then I'm going to like feel stupid, like, but then it was super popular, which is great. So popular that we needed a left hand.
We were so unprepared for the popularity. It was hilarious. So we had sets of them in our wholesale division, and then in our mail order.
Right. Just you could buy 5
right hands.
Right hands. And then people were like, well, why is there no left hand? And so we were like, well, I guess we should make a left hand.
Now that we know that they've proven themselves, that we can bring in the money, because we were kind of afraid. It's a risky move to get a mold made.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that it's not your actual left hand either. It's a mirror image of your right hand.
That's correct. So if you pick up a right one and look at my hand, you're like, wow, that really is the same hand.
Right.
But if you look at the left one, it's not the same. And it's what they did. We didn't send a picture of my left hand for them to sculpt. We just said, they just mirror imaged it, like you said, and did the left, which my left hand looks a little different from my right hand.
So that's a really good note from that is, if you do want to commit the crimes, only do the right-handed one.
Yes.
Because the other one's a lie.
Another interesting thing is we thought it was not going to sell, so we only did it in one skin tone.
Yeah.
And then once it started to sell, we were like, oh, we got to add skin tones. So we've since added other skin tones.
2 more skin tones.
Mm-hmm. Two more skin tones. It's a right and left hand extravaganza of stuff. As we said, the finger hand movement, which was, how would you describe it? Have like a group, a dance party?
Kind of kids that are, people that are in kind of the festival scene, or like raves, or like the festivals, like... I don't know. It's not a world I know a lot about, but
because you are a family man after all.
that.
So their names were Dean Ty, Mackenzie Smith, and Mackenzie Stith, and Claire Sprock. So they decided that they were going to start handing these out at all kinds of concerts and parties and all of that stuff. So the pictures just started showing up all over social media. And they were actually the ones that were the most excited when we released the left hand.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that we actually had to say in the catalog, now with left hands.
That was the funniest thing, because we had so many complaints about the right hand. And so we had to point out, now with left hands. And then remember, we had a disproportionate amount at first.
Yes.
So then, we had too many left hands compared to how many right hands we had. And it really took us a while to get it down, because we had... eventually too many item numbers of all different types of hands. And
now on McPhee.com, we just sell them as a set of 10, 5 right, 5 left. But before, we just had the set of 5 right. So then we had to just sell the set of 5 left so that people could just get the mates.
Well,
so silly.
And then when we did finger feet, it actually says in the box, includes right and left feet.
Which you shouldn't have to say.
Which you should never have to say, but we're so backwards in our thinking. We're like, wow, that's a benefit. We pre-did the left foot and included it right off the bat.
We learned our lesson.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
and we should mention about the finger feet, if we're talking about that was the owner, Mark Paulo.
Yeah.
That's his foot. It's not my foot.
Yes.
My hand is the finger hands. My foot is not the finger foot. That is Mark Paulo.
Okay, is that the same thing where it's a right foot and it's just a mirror image, or are there 2 molds of 2 different feet?
I'm going to tell you why Scott knows the answer to this. It's because Mark wanted to have a picture of his foot taken, and so Mark wanted to have a picture of his foot taken, and so the graphics department flipped a coin, and the winner got to take the picture of Mark's feet.
And also, Heff is actually you're kind of a, what is it, a footophobe? You kind of have a thing.
Feet
You're disgusted by feet.
Yes, they gross me out, even my own. I'm just not a foot. Ugh.
Yeah.
So, but the other photographer, Scott King, didn't want to take a picture of Mark's foot either. So, but you're right. The winner, we both were eager to take the picture, so we had to flip a coin, and the winner got to take the picture. I'm sorry.
And the picture was of?
Mark's foot.
Just
Mark's
one foot?
Mark's right foot.
Okay.
Mark's right foot.
Okay.
I think his right foot. It might have been
but only 1 foot.
Yes.
So that answers that question.
Yes.
And then weirdly, the sad tale of Mark's feet was that he broke his foot.
And
Remember?
he broke his foot right afterwards, as if it was some kind of voodoo mysticism.
Yeah.
He broke the foot. Have you had any hand problems?
I have not, and I'm knocking on wood because, yeah, I mean, I don't want to get cursed.
You won't get
My hands are my livelihood now.
I was actually thinking about this the other day because since it is kind of a miniature version of your hand, I'm wondering if there's any other human hand that's been mass produced as much as your hand.
Mm.
Because it's just the hand. So it's like, is there any other glove or doll or anything that's there more of that hand than your hand? I think your actual hand might be the most produced hand of all time
It
in the
has to be
history
that
of the
way.
world.
Yeah.
I have a legacy then.
Right.
It is. You're
I can get my kids respect now.
like so many hands. And then they were so popular that we had to do finger hands for finger hands.
Yeah. So that was one of the things actually people started asking about pretty quickly was they wanted finger hands for their finger hands. And we just got ourselves together to get the right hand and the left hand
Right.
and the other skin tones. And we said, what? More finger hands? Because we've confused ourselves so much with all our item numbers and all our hands. But yes, we had to do it. It had to be done.
And you know what? We skipped a finger hand.
We didn't do just all right finger hands for finger hands.
We did right hand,
Yep.
then left hand,
Yes.
all together, and then glow finger.
Yeah, I was going to mention
Yeah.
glow. And we also have finger hands coming,
Yes,
which are rainbow colors.
yes, yeah.
So not the rainbow on one hand, it's 5 different colors from the rainbow.
I know, which is going to be awesome. And we kind of got the idea of this because there's this weird YouTube video someone made with the finger hands where they painted them different colors. And it was really odd. And they would just say, red.
It's kind of one of these. My
Red.
kids sometimes watch these YouTube videos of like, it's just someone making a video and it's kind of geared towards kids.
Yeah.
And they're just doing weird stuff with like toys or something on the thing. But yeah, that's all it was, is they were painting the hand. And then it was kind of like, kids learn your colors kind of thing.
And remember, they only painted one side of the hand.
Yeah.
So all our sensibilities were disturbed because every time they'd move the hand, you'd see the fleshy bit on the other side. And it was not, it wasn't cool, but it was a great inspiration for those colors.
Yeah. So does it make you uncomfortable to know your hand is being used in weird underground YouTube videos?
No, I prefer it. I enjoy the stop doing
I
weird
prefer
things.
it.
I'm just kidding. No, it's great. I love that they're out there and, they're getting all the use they can. So
That's a lot of hands.
It is.
it's a lot of hands.
Well,
It is. It's incredible.
I also have to say about the finger hands, they're one of the products we've had that has the most pictures with celebrities. Because
Yes.
Weird Al Yankovic is my top celebrity that's used the finger hands because he's taken a couple pictures of them, but Weird Al Yankovic's been great to us because he loves our stuff. There's a great picture of him with a yodeling pickle, and he used hypno glasses for one of his photo shoots. He's awesome.
We love him.
But also, Santana, the guitarist, took a picture to show. He's like, "This is how I can play the guitar."
Carlos
so fast.
Santana.
Carlos Santana, and
Dreamy old Benedict Cumberbatch.
dreamy old Benedict Cumberbatch was in a picture one, and only because it looked so much like that scene in Doctor Strange where he hallucinates hands on the ends of his fingers, much like Heff's magazine.
Adam Savage was another big one.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
Adam Savage
right.
fan. So, do you want me to go through some?
Yeah, please.
I have Fatboy Slim,
Oh,
Very
I don't think
cool.
I've seen that one.
Chris Pratt.
Oh,
He's a big
yes.
A-lister, and I'll say this: I'm no Chris Pratt, but he is my celebrity doppelganger. He's my most handsome celebrity doppelganger. I have ugly ones too. Kristen Bell.
Well, wait a minute. There's more to. Well, I won't tell all the stories we know about Chris Pratt, but he is from around here.
True.
Yeah.
Seems
Yes.
like a great guy. I say. Jack Black. One Direction. I mean, come on. Yeah, Steve Vai. Terry Crews. I'm a big Terry Crews fan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh, and
Tyra.
Tyra Banks did that makeup video with them. That was kind of amazing, actually.
I know. So they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Is basically what it comes down to.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fun.
Just Lots of hands. So any final thoughts on your hand?
Oh, geez. It's been fun, and my kids think it's fun, and my wife thinks it's fun to just see all the places that they're going.
One of my favorite, I'm going to just jump in here.
Yeah,
because
go
one
ahead.
of my very favorite things that people have done, and I've done with the finger hands, with your finger hands, is put them over the cat paws, like where a cat paw would
yes.
be. And so your cat's little hands are tucked under,
Mm-hmm.
and you put those hands there where their paw would be, and it is hilarious. It's actually really funny. I can't get over it. And also petting a cat with
It's
the
so funny.
Yeah.
and that whole thing where you're petting it, and then somebody backs up and you realize it's a tiny hand petting a.
There's one with like the cats, but it's an iguana that has the finger hands on
God,
each.
it's so
on each
funny.
foot.
They really are funny. I mean, this is one of those things I think that all of us are kind of can be jaded about our products because we're just around it all the time. But the finger hands really hold up. They are still funny. And what year did I think you told me
2014.
Yeah. So, which is, again, longer ago than I would have thought. But they're still like, I actually laugh out loud.
I know.
For whatever reason, painting the fingernails on them to me too is
Yeah.
just
It's
just
hilarious.
Yep.
Funny.
Yeah. And the store did that really great photo, which was Angela's hand with painted nails and a mood ring.
Oh, that was
that
and
was great,
then
yeah.
a finger hand with a painted nails and
So
a
good.
little mood ring. And then the finger hands for the finger hands and all of them on the crystal ball. That's a really cool photo.
The other thing I want to say is I told you about that moment of doubt I had where I was like, is this even going to be a
Yeah.
thing? But as soon as we got a sample in
Yeah.
and could play with it, we were like, this is going to be a
We
hit.
all knew.
We all knew.
Because
Like,
as soon as you put it on your finger, you get the joke.
and like you see it and you can't not play with it.
Yes.
You have to play with it.
This is one of those things, if you keep a box of them out, people make a beeline for it and they know immediately what to do with it. There's no explanation necessary. It goes right on the tip of their finger and they're already posing. They're putting it on the side of their face.
Yeah.
They're testing, I'm going to faint. They put it on their forehead. It's
Yep.
really cute. Peekaboo.
Yep.
I
I've
like-
given them to my surgeon. So she thought it was the funniest thing she'd ever seen. And a guy at the Ballard Market the other day, I gave him the finger hand. I high-fived him with it, which that always throws people off, seeing that tiny hand coming at them, and then gave it to him. And he's like, I'm going to be high-fiving people
Yeah.
all day with this. This is hilarious.
I like to, if I eat at a restaurant, I like to, with the tip, leave a
Yeah.
finger hand and I'll say
Yeah.
like plus little hand or whatever, like plus tiny hand,
Love that.
$10 plus tiny hand
Yeah.
for the tip. So
And it's a great business card holder. People
it's
use it for
wonderful.
that.
Yep. All right.
They're really cool.
a
We
great
love the
hand
little
all
hands.
around.
Give yourself a hand, Heff.
Give yourself a half hand. But anyway, those are finger hands. Thank you. For more information about finger hands or anything else mentioned in today's podcast, go to McPhee.com. That's MCPHEE.com. We make weird. There will also be a corresponding blog post with lots of interesting factoids and links about the things discussed. Please subscribe to Let's Talk More Monkey and leave a review for us. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.